A few months ago, I was talking with a concrete repair guy who was doing some work for me. When he found out I was a business coach, he stopped what he was doing and said, I got a question. How do I get my employees to care as much as I do? I said, hey, let's look at it. See, he was invested in the company. He wanted each customer to be completely happy with the work he did for him. He was the guy people called. If something went wrong, he was on the hook. He also felt, because of that he had to be on every job so that his level of quality happened. Well, he was in a hurry to finish his work, as you can kind of understand with what I've just explained about his relationship to his business. But we took a couple minutes and talked about his training program. We talked about his taking the time to work one-on-one with employees on various jobs to demonstrate this is the level of quality that I want. This is the level of quality our customers expect. This is what they've come to us for. Showing, explaining. So those employees could start to be that level of quality. If we'd had more time that day, we could have gone a little deeper into how to help employees care as much as you do. And I think we would have started to talk about creating a company culture of ownership. What do I mean by that? I mean creating a culture where employees own the job they're doing. It's theirs. They take responsibility for it, and they make it right. A lot of business owners, I say most, offer the technical training. A few go as far as my conversation with this concrete guy went to quality training. But not many get in to define what their standards are and create that culture. Now, a lot of times we hold up Nordstrom and the Waldorf Astoria as these companies with amazing cultures of ownership. And it's true, those companies do go above and beyond in a lot of aspects of customer service. But a culture of ownership doesn't mean you have to be that. You need to have your own standards for your company. You need to define them. What is it you'll do to keep a customer happy, to go for the customers? After you've defined these standards, you've got to share them with your employees. All of them. Every employee needs to know this. And then another question, what about your position agreements, your job descriptions? Do those explain to each employee how their position impacts the company and how their position impacts the customer? Do they know the importance they have in the process? Does each employee understand that they're not just there punching a clock? They are there to make customers happy and to make sure the company works right. Spell that out in what you give to them when they're hired. It can go a long way towards helping them get where they need. But along with spelling that out, you also need to make sure that each employee has the authority to make those things happen so that all customer service doesn't have to go through you. There are a number of companies who say, we're going to do a lot for the customer, but when it comes down to it, it all has to go back up and go through a manager, go through the owner. The individual employees don't really have the authority or the power to make it right. And if you're going to create a culture of ownership, they've got to have that power to make it happen. Now, there's more to look at, but I want to keep this brief. Having employees who care like you do begins with training to your level of quality and service, and with a culture of ownership. A culture of ownership begins with you as a business owner. You need to define your standards. You need to make them clear to your employees, and you need to empower your employees to make those standards happen for your customer. And when you do that, you're in a position to start creating employees who care like you do.